Hey there, Palm Mute Maniac here. In this video, I'm gonna make a case. I'm gonna make a case and a challenge. Maybe one of y'all out there could show me where I'm going wrong. My challenge is my belief is that 5-piece windset, not 2-piece windset, 5-piece windset is utterly useless. There's not one hero that I think it makes sense for. And so this is a test screenshot where I had 48% special damage Bommy set up because that was the only character that I thought made sense in windset, and we only broke 2 million damage on the dummies. This was the highest that I was able to get. 2 million damage. So something feels off about the windset. We're gonna go back in. I'm gonna talk a little bit about windset. So I have a fairly flushed out windset that I've tried on multiple characters. Let's throw it on Chunga real quick, just so that we kind of can see it, talk about it a little bit. So I have a special damage wind. It basically utilizes 2 earrings, 1 necklace, of course the bracelet, and a ring with lots of special damage. So 31% special damage, and if you throw any decent attack speed thing, and you're going to want attack speed. So if you throw Giant Axe, it's going to bring your special damage up to 46. Okay? So let's just talk about what windset does. You get additional 60% attack speed. It destroys your crit chance. And then it does a 75% final special damage. Then it does, on the 5th piece of the set, it reduces your final attack, which is freaking bonkers, and then it deals 20% special damage to 2 targets upon dealing normal damage. So the idea here is if you have a single focused character who does a lot of attack speed to one person in particular, they're going to do a lot of damage everywhere. So you have to think about, like, who does this make sense for? Well, first, let's look at the Swift heroes, okay? So our Swift heroes are Hanzi, okay? Hanzi has a legacy. What does the legacy do? It doesn't do attack speed. It does critical damage. Hanzi has been converted into a critical damage ranged character. If this was an attack speed build, then windset would make a lot of sense for Hanzi. Hanzi shoots one person at a time, but for some reason the developers decided to go crit damage with Hanzi, making windset not make any sense for Hanzi whatsoever. I've done some windset stuff with old Hanzi. I believe we broke maybe 3 million, and that was with like everything going right. So I'm going to say that windset on Hanzi doesn't make any sense. Sharpness, that makes sense. Do you put windset on Victoria? No, you don't. Victoria's a burst damage character. So they are trying to make Zhao Bai an attack speed hero a little bit. At least they alluded to that in a couple of the updates notes that they've written in the past. Look at the attack speed here, 125%, right? So they pictured Zhao Bai walking up to an enemy and going really fast with the normal attack, shing, 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 right? And then build up the MP and then unleashes the super fast thing. I don't really think that it makes sense for windset to go on Zhao Bai. You do have some normal attack. You're getting Increase attack by 100% of spell power. Maybe. But Zalbai has no sustain. So that's a whole other problem. That's a whole other problem. I'll consider it, right? Bomby. I've run Bomby with windset. I've run Bomby with sharpness set. Windset, Bomby does 2 million damage to dummies after the full cycle of time. Sharpness set, Bomby does 5 million. Why the hell would I ever choose windset? Doesn't make any sense. So, now Tia, maybe. But I feel like crit makes the most sense on Tia. I feel like crit makes the most sense. She's doing... Yeah, I feel like crit's probably the smarter move here. You know, I don't think I've done windset for her. I just don't know if it makes much sense. And then you have Rawhawk, which is not really a damage dealer. And I would just do fear set for Rawhawk. Aramis is not really a character we even talk about anymore. You know, so, and I would imagine that you would want to do attack speed crit with Aramis. So that pretty much goes that route. Now you have your tenacity heroes, okay? So, Kredan is an attack speed hero that utilizes... You definitely want 2 pieces of windset, but you don't want his damage is based on spell power. So it's spell power, and you get a lot more damage if you can get more attack speed. 2 pieces make sense. I don't know if you do full windset there. Half of Chunga's damage is coming from spell power, which we're not getting with the windset. I've done Chunga windset stuff. Chunga's unfortunately like a C tier hero, so you know, in my opinion, it makes more sense for her to have Barbarian set with attack speed. A Barbarian set just does more damage. And Barbarian set hits more people. So, let me see if I have my Jinju still built. I did a Jinju fear set. I'm sorry, Barbarian set versus Wind set. Wind set, Jinju did 3 million damage to dummies. Barbarian set, she did 3.8, I believe. Let me pause real quick. Here's Jinju with sharpness set, 7 point, and this is Jinju gang, and we're at 8.5 mil. That's on sharpness. Barbarian did, I believe it was 4 million. So let's see, do I even have that in this video? I don't. Yeah, so that, you know, again, it's just one of those things where those heroes are desperately waiting for an attack speed spell power accessory that we don't have. So I don't know who Windset is for. You know, who is Windset for? It feels like a crappy set. And I felt like Hanzi should be the Windset character. But why would you... Let me go back to... I don't want to move her stuff. Why are you doing this minus 15% final attack? That is pretty crazy. That is pretty crazy. You know, and so there's a big focus on special damage, and it really comes down to, like, what does special damage actually do? So I'm going to pull up another window. So this is Bomby Squad gang, and this is with the special damage at 40%, and then this is special damage at 20%. So at full wind set, 25% special damage is 1.5. So yeah, so 1.5 mil damage. That's so 20%, 1.5, 40%, 2 million. So even if I really went crazy and got 60% special damage, I'm only going to increase my stuff by a very small amount. 500k damage over 30 seconds. It's really kind of useless. The fact that it kills crit chance is also useless. Like, it's really, really crazy broken. Is there a world where I just stack almost 100% crit chance on a character so that the 25% crit chance doesn't matter, that the subtraction doesn't matter, and that's what we do to break windset to make it worth it? So anyway, my question, community, and everybody who watches this, is who is 5-piece windset for? Now, you might say to yourself, well, it's for mid-game, because maybe it's like the crappiest set, and it's for mid-game. You get windset from this, from Void Elf Evasion, which is a hard thing to beat. So, you know where I use my windset? 2 pieces on Headang. That's pretty much it. I only use the ring. I get the 60% plus the 10% plus the 8.5% in this case. So I'm going to get 80%. That's the only time I ever use windset for anybody right now. And I have tried to use windset on a lot of people. I'm just not seeing the special damage, just isn't doing what I think it should be doing. So if you're watching this and you have like a sick, like, hey, check out this windset build, let me know. I want to see it. I'd love to see it. You know, maybe there's something that I'm not seeing. Does Sargula's, is this a normal attack that Sargula's doing? Maybe windset. No, of course you don't do windset Sargula. You do yeah, you do sharpness set Sargula, right? Sharpness is here. It's the better of the two. This just gives you good stuff. This gives you one good thing and then weakens you. And does stupid stuff with special damage. It's almost like they don't want you to use this. They're like, yeah, just use 2 pieces. Alright guys, so that's my thoughts right now. That's what I want to make this video about. And it's more of a question. Who the hell is good with full windset? That, and I'll add a caveat to my question. That doesn't do better things with sharpness set, right? That's my question. So if that's the case, then awesome piece. Yet again, you guys made a useless, not well thought out piece of equipment / legacy / hero. And, you know, kind of let me know what your thoughts are. All right, guys, that's it for this one. And I will see you in the next one. If you like King God Castle content, community stuff, and things like that, support me by liking and subscribing. And if you are building windset, stop. It's not fucking worth it. Just get the rings. Okay? Just farm windset rings. If you're... Okay. Before we continue. If you're farming windset, guys, okay? You're a newbie, and you're like, oh man, what do I do? What you want to do is you want The ring is the only one that can get attack speed. So you farm rings, windset rings. Get like 5 or 6 windset rings with attack speed on them. I don't think that you can get secondary stats of attack speed. So just get good defense and good stuff in here. Don't worry about anything else. Just get your attack speed. That's all I'm going for. All right, anyway, that's it for me, guys. I'll see you in the next one.